All right, so let's go to our power rankings, and then we'll start guessing and reacting to the lines for Thursday's night or for Thursday's games. So, power rankings coming into Week 11: Seattle at 10, Saints at 9, Rams at 8, Bucks at 7, Cardinals at 6, Titans at 5, Dolphins at 4, Packers at 3, Chiefs at 2, and Steelers at 1. And I'm going to say this right off the rip: we are taking two teams right out of the top 10. I'm taking them right out. Am I taking more than two? Just two? Yeah, just two. Two new teams coming in, two teams going out. So, we'll start at the bottom. Our new number 10 team is no longer Seattle. They're not coming off the list. They're just moving up, so no worries there. But our new number 10 team is going to be the Packers, folks. I don't know what it is about them. They just get lazy, I think. They just get complacent and bored because they're up 21-7. They score touchdowns in the first quarter. Everything's looking good. And then they just get crazy. They just get lazy. Aaron Rodgers throws picks or just doesn't extend drives. Matt LaFleur comes up with some questionable calls, and the Packers blow leads and blow games and can't overcome, the blown leads and blown games. They can't overcome that adversity. So the Packers here, we got to drop them. They were number 3 last week, but folks, I'm truly over, the same things I'm seeing from the Packers time and time again. Just Aaron Rodgers just not caring. He's kind of worse than Phillip Rivers. I clown Phillip Rivers for being kind of a lazy, doesn't really care quarterback, when Aaron Rodgers is kind of out here doing the same thing. So we're going to punish the Packers. A tough loss that, they had multiple opportunities to win and beat the Colts, but we're going to drop the Packers down to 10. I'm a little over Aaron Rodgers and his kind of antics. I'm over it. I'm truly over the Packers. So we drop them down to number 10. All right, number 9, folks. We are going to take this team very, very slowly. We are going to be cautious with this team. Kind of like how we were very cautious with the Bills. We put them at number 10 for 1 week. The next week, they proved us right, and we had to take them right off the list again. So we're going to take the same approach here with the Indianapolis Colts. We have to start giving them a little bit of credit for their defense. They have 7 wins. They're 7-3, looking good. Now, Phillip Rivers is his laziness, his kind of, I don't really care about winning or winning the big games kind of attitude. Is that going to show? Because we saw it against the Browns week 4. That really chased me off of them. He's been kind of better since then, so I have to kind of, hold my internal judgments in a little bit more about how I feel about Phillip Rivers. This Colts defense is pretty good. Yes, they gave up a lot of points, 28 points to the Packers in the first half, but what did they do in the second half? They cleaned it up, got some turnovers, looked good. So I'm going to respect this Colts team a little bit here, finally put them in the top 10. I think they definitely deserve it, but we are going to take them a little bit of cautiously here. I would have put them at number 10, but they just beat the Packers. I can't do that to the Colts. I mean, I can't put them at number 10 after just beating this Packers team. That's still a very good win by this Colts team, and they beat the Titans, and I know there's circumstances that they really probably shouldn't have beat the Titans. They probably really shouldn't have beat the Packers. But at the end of the day, they did win those games. So we have to give them the respect they deserve. We're going to put them at number 9, but we're going to put them at number 9 very cautiously, very, very cautiously here. Alrighty, new number 8 team, and it's no longer the Rams. Don't worry, they're moving up as well. Our new number 8 team is going to be the Oakland Raiders, folks. I'm ready to put them into the top 10. I think they kind of deserve it. They battled Chiefs very, very well on Sunday Night Football. Very close game. They had the lead. Unfortunately, it's Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid off of a bye with 1:40 left. That's way too much time, and it's just unfortunate that they were able to go down and score a touchdown. But the Raiders still played good, and that's the second time they played good against the Chiefs. And we've seen teams here, Brady, who can't compete with the Saints, Lamar Jackson, who can't compete with really any of the top teams. In this Raiders team here, they beat the Chiefs once, competitive again, almost won twice against the Chiefs. So I'm ready to give this Raiders team a little bit of respect here. Their offense is winning multiple ways. It was Derek Carr putting up the yards and touchdowns last week. 2 weeks ago was the running game that scored 4 touchdowns, and Derek Carr didn't do anything. So John Gruden, he knows how to win games. He's winning games multiple ways, something I can definitely get behind. Derek Carr is playing good. The deep ball is good. They have great wide receivers for the deep ball. Derek Carr's deep ball is very, very good, folks. Maybe better than Tom Brady's deep ball, because we haven't seen Tom Brady's deep ball all season. So I'm ready to start respecting this Raiders team. Yes, they just lost, and yes, I'm moving them up over the Packers and Colts. But I mean, I'm not big on this Colts and Packers team. They really lost me, and the Raiders have been kind of earning my respect these last couple weeks, and definitely solidified it and how well they played offensively against the Raiders. Unfortunate, you just leave too much time on the clock sometimes. I mean, clock management is big. Raiders clock management, is that their biggest knock? Maybe, but still, it was only a minute 40. It's not like the Rams clock management last night, because that wasn't good. You give Tom Brady the ball with 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 timeouts, and the 2-minute warning. Raiders did it a little bit better last against the Chiefs on Sunday. So we give the Raiders a little bit of a boost here. Hopefully they don't clown us and not do good next week. But I think this Raiders team is definitely something to look out for in the AFC. Alrighty, that brings us to number 7, and Tom Brady and the Bucs are officially off the top 10, folks. I'm done. They're not competing against the best teams. Tom Brady's turning it over against the best teams. If you're not beating the best teams, why are you on our power rankings? I don't get it. Tom Brady, we've seen enough. Maybe you can try again next week, but even then, we'd still be very cautiously with you as well. So our new number 7 team is going to be the Arizona Cardinals. We are going to drop them back one spot. They did play very well against the Seahawks. Only lost by 7. Kyler Murray had the chance to, tie the game up. It's just Russell Wilson didn't turn the ball over. And we know when Russell Wilson doesn't turn the ball over, he's going to win basically 100% of the time. So this Cardinals team is still very good offensively. Defensively, they're still very good. Held the Seahawks to only 28 points. Yes, they weren't able to get a takeaway, but still, that's a very tough game to go into Seattle after you've already beaten them once. Kind of like the Raiders, beat the Chiefs once. Once again, kind of a tough game to win back-to-back to sweep the series in a division game. So, we're still going to respect this Arizona team. I still think they're better than the Colts and the Packers, folks. So we're going to put the Cardinals just back one spot for losing against the Seahawks. Still a good team, though. All right, new number 6 team is going to be the New Orleans Saints, folks. I mean, they lose Drew Brees, and Taysom Hill just comes in, and he played folks, I'm telling y'all, that was the perfect game plan for him. Sean Payton limited his throws to only 23, and he made 18 of them. They ran him a lot. He was aggressive. It wasn't like, oh, I'm the starting quarterback, I don't want to get hit anymore. No, he was still very aggressive with the runs. He was accurate. He was slinging. Folks, when I was saying he was slinging it, I mean, the stats say he was slinging it, and we're going to look at it tomorrow. 18 completions for 230 yards, that's slinging it. If you're throwing more than 10 yards a pass, that's slinging the ball. That man was slinging the ball to his actual wide receivers, using his actual weapons. Drew Brees doesn't even do that. When was the last time that Drew Brees was a starting quarterback that the Saints had their leading receivers be Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, number 1 and 2, and Alvin Kamara had 0 catches for 0 yards? You can't find that stat because it doesn't exist. So Taysom Hill comes in, uses his actual wide receivers as true weapons, and completes a very good game, 24 points. The defense held very good, held Atlanta to only 9 points, 3 field goals, nothing really in the second half at all. I'm big about it. When you lose your starting quarterback in Drew Brees, I mean, that's not like losing Nick Foles or losing Tua or losing Justin Herbert. This is Drew Brees we're talking about, folks. And Taysom Hill steps up perfectly. I expect this man to have continued success as the starter. I hope he's still a starter. I do not want to see Jameis Winston after what I saw from Taysom Hill, truly. So we honor the Saints here. We respect the Saints. Good win, and they move up to number 6. Alrighty, number 5 is no longer the Tennessee Titans, and once again, don't worry, they're moving up and not down. Our new number 5 team is going to be Seattle. Very good win. Russell Wilson didn't turn the ball over. Won at home. Multiple touchdowns. Russell Wilson was dinking and dunking. No worries, though. Sometimes that's what you have to do to get the job done. The Seahawks defense held Kyler Murray to 21 points. Did not allow Kyler Murray to run wild all over them. So Seahawks are back at it. They get the win. They clean up their offense. Russell Wilson's not turning the ball over. That was the only reason why we were lowering them every single week on our power rankings, was because Russell Wilson was throwing multiple interceptions. He's not doing that anymore so far, so we reward them. They get the win. Good division win against the Cardinals. Revenge game at home. Good play calling. Good, defensive schemes as well. And we honor the Seahawks with the number 5 pick. Alrighty, the top 4 now. New number 4 team is no longer Miami. No, they are not moving up, folks. I mean, the everything that I needed to know about this Dolphins team was kind of answered last week. When the defense is not, gifting, easy touchdowns to Tua, he struggles to move the ball down the field. I mean, the stats said that, the last 3 weeks, they were getting bailed out. We were kind of hoping that Tua would still learn, and this man is still learning. He's still a rookie. This was his 4th game last week, so we're not knocking the man, but we can't put them in the top 10. There's better quarterback plays. Taysom Hill just steps up. He's is very good. There is better quarterback play out there. So until Tua can be a little bit more consistent in driving down the actual entire length of the field, can go on a 75-yard drive, 70-yard drive. That's what we need to start seeing from Tua. Yes, the defense is very good, holding the Denver to 20 points, multiple turnovers, the interception, the fumble at the 1-yard line. Our defense is fine, but we do need our offense to step it up, and Tua definitely needs to start, taking the next step. Once again, he's only 4 games in, so really no rush. But we can't keep him in the top 10 for their performance last week. So the new number 10 team is going to be the Rams, folks. This Rams team, their offense is very good. It's very solid. They're always in that kind of 20 to 24 points. They scored 27, kind of above their average. Kind of surprised me a little bit that they put up 27 points. I thought they would kind of be stuck around 21 to 24, but they get 27. Very well done. The defense picks off Tom Brady twice, holds Tom Brady to only 21 points, holds Tom Brady's receivers to only 60 yards max. Absolutely fantastic. This Rams defense is the real deal, folks, and when their offense is on point, like they were on point yesterday, if Jared Goff doesn't turn the ball over twice, I mean, this game is kind of a blowout. So love what the Rams did last night. Love this Rams defense, and they're our number 4 team. Alrighty, our new number 3 team is going to be the Tennessee Titans. What a great win against the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens, they're still a tough opponent. They're just not good. They're not winning the tough games, but they are still a tough opponent to play. So Titans getting a nice win there. Derrick Henry overcoming. They were down against the Ravens. The wide receivers were dropping passes in the first half. They all cleaned that up in the second half. Derrick Henry got going. Ryan Tannehill, the aggressive call, the fake punt, and then you have your backup quarterback complete a 7-yard fake punt for a first down, folks. They were pulling out all the stops. This team, everybody buys in and everybody is ready. Next man up mentality. Hey, a backup quarterback, we need a big play from you. We're on the road, we're down multiple scores, and we need you to fake punt or to catch the fake punt and throw it for the first down. Can you do that? Oh, you can, because we're so well coached and everybody buys in. This Titans team is one of the most complete teams there is, and I love watching them. Derrick Henry opens up Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill opens up Derrick Henry. It's a match made in heaven, and it's one of the best tight. I think it's probably the most tight-knit team besides the Steelers there is. So love this Titans team. We move them up to 3. Chiefs are going to stay at 2. Still a very good performance. Patrick Mahomes being clutch is always very, great to see. Unfortunately, the Steelers are 10-0. Now, I think the Chiefs had faced better competition than the Steelers have, and maybe you put the Chiefs at number 1 for that, but I'm going to honor 10-0. That's never easy to do. I mean, if it was easy to do, there'd be more teams doing it. Yes, the Steelers haven't faced, great teams, but they've been winning kind of bigly. They've been kind of blowing out the bad teams, doing what they're supposed to do. The defense is good. Big Ben is still looking good. It's not their fault that they have an easier schedule, and we're not going to penalize them for having an easier schedule, especially how they're playing in their easier schedule. I still like the Chiefs, though. Patrick Mahomes, folks, we all know it. A minute. That's all he needs. 1 minute, probably not even that. He could probably do it with 45 seconds left. I wouldn't surprise me. So Chiefs are going to stay at number 2. Steelers are going to stay at number 1. It's going to be tough for the Chiefs to really overtake the Steelers until they lose the game. But, hey, anything can happen. So this is our new top 10 going into, Thanksgiving week, folks. Week 12. Cannot wait. We may update our power rankings on Friday as well. If anything big happens on Thursday, we might shake it up, going into Sunday's game. But yeah, very well done to the top 10. Packers at number 10, Colts at 9, Raiders at 8, Cardinals at 7, Saints at 6, Seahawks at 5, Rams at 4, Titans at 3, Chiefs at 2, and Steelers are still our number 1 squad.